Hey listeners, you're listening to the Midnight Readers podcast. Grab some tea, a midnight snack, and cuddle up in bed as we dive deep into today's popular fantasy, sci-fi, and mysteries. We're your hosts. I'm Lily.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Christy.
This season we'll be discussing the cultural phenomenon that influenced the entertainment industry for generations with its cult following. That's right, hold on tight, spider monkeys, we're headed to Forks.
When you can live forever, what do you live for? This podcast. You live for this podcast. Also, maybe the vampire who takes a shine to an innocent girl. Welcome to Sparkle High. Let's go.
In this episode, we'll be discussing Book 4, Breaking Dawn, chapters 34 through 39, where the series ends in a handful of empty threats, despite everyone's preparation for the major battle.
Before we get into it, this is your warning for major spoilers ahead. This includes potentially all Twilight materials, including the movies, interviews, and companion books. We're also avid fans of the Moss universe and might accidentally let spoilers slip for other popular romantasy book series as well. Sorry in advance, like the other seasons, this podcast is rated R, so be warned.
Also, a friendly reminder to please like, subscribe, and follow. You can find us on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also join our growing community on Patreon for bonus content and more.
All right. Well, last we left off, Bella had just reached out to J. Jinx, the name from the mysterious note that Alice left for her in her book. And after some scrambling around, Bella figured out that Jinx is a corrupt lawyer who makes fake IDs and papers for Jasper and the family. So she orders some fake documents for little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Jacob, just in case they need to run. And that's where we left off. Now, going into the next chapter, Bella comes home and she tells Edward, she's got baby with her, she tells Edward that she went Christmas shopping, and she pulls out a little golden locket. How lovely. How very stereotypical. And it very much is. And you can tell Edward's, questioning her, but I guess he's willing to give her the benefit of the doubt, maybe.
It's also just kind of depressing because he's playing music and she's like, oh, that hope that I had, it's gone. Everybody still has it but me. I know that the end is coming, because she's got to be melodramatic and all that.
Bella's always fearing for the worst. Even when I feel like Edward is usually the character that is despairing about bad stuff happening or his soul or the sin that he's committed. You know what I mean? But Bella is also super Debbie Downer.
She is.
Yeah. I don't know if she fears it so much as she enjoys it. I think she enjoys the drama.
I think she likes a little chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's her entire personality. And if she isn't trying to be a martyr, she doesn't know who she's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe so. She immediately wants to leave again. She wants to go practice with Emmett after she gets home. I assume she just means training for fighting or whatever. But Edward is just no, you're not going anywhere.
Which, what the fuck is that about?
Yeah, and they don't explain that or anything. He just is no, you're not leaving. And then she's like, all right.
Yeah.
And nothing is explained further. That's it. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And can I also just say, in her little dramatic Debbie Downer mindset, she's like, yeah, so Edward's gonna die and I'm gonna follow right after him because that's how it's gonna be, because I refuse to live without my husband, despite the fact that I have a child, because I have no reason to live whatsoever after he dies.
Yep. None.
Thank you. Yes.
None.
What a bitch.
Not even a little bit.
What a fucking bitch.
I'm sorry, your daughter is how old?
Mm-hmm. She just...
How old?
And it really is weird.
I mean, it's one thing to go in and in the event that you die trying to protect your child and know that that's a possibility, but to say that you would follow him, you would... Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, no. I wrote later that I was like, doesn't she feel weird about constantly leaving Renesmee in places? She doesn't even bat an eye at just handing
For
off
real. Yeah,
her
she's just
baby
like,
to-
your turn.
Well,
yeah.
That's the way I felt as like a librarian. And I know other people in the same profession, teachers, they also feel that same way. If they don't have kids, they will be like, okay, yeah, I want to, interact with your kid, but I also want the ability to hand your kid back to you like an aunt.
Yeah. Yes. That's why a lot of librarians are childless. The joy of working with children and then not keeping them.
Yeah.
Why, Brittany, is your first thing, I also envy babies who get to nap?
Oh, because she was like, Renesmee was asleep in my arms. And I was like, I'm really tired. I want to go to bed.
Okay.
Brittany was just like, a nap sounds really good right now.
I have always, like, ever since probably my mid-20s, I was like, I regret all the naps that I refused to take as a child. Like, I know I was really upset that we napped in kindergarten, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I did not mean to upset the nap gods. Like,
you would like to bring your mat back out and take a nap in the middle of the day.
Yes.
Well, they visit Charlie on Christmas. Apparently.
And for some reason, the entire pack is there.
Yeah, including Sam and Emily, which I was kind of confused about. Is Billy there? Because he was not mentioned.
No.
So you're telling me everyone in the pack, Jacob, well, I don't know if it's everyone, but there's Sue, Emily, Sam, Jacob.
They specifically said everyone in the pack.
So where's Billy? Because Billy was not talking to Charlie, I thought.
Right.
I think it was Charlie was not talking to Billy.
Maybe so.
But they never resolve anything.
Yeah, they didn't resolve anything.
Right. She closes this book out without resolving like half the shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
The bad guys are still in place.
Yep.
But what?
Yeah, nobody was defeated except for Victoria, kind of.
No. Nobody was defeated except the fucking reader.
You're like, I'm defeated. I never want to read these ever again.
I mean,
I just thought it was a little weird. I like Christmases with a big family. Do not misunderstand me. I love Christmas for that reason. But I thought it was odd that Sam and Emily and the pack are there. I don't know. Maybe it makes sense. I'm kind of back and forth now.
I don't think it makes sense.
But where's Billy?
Because the only reason they would be there is for Jacob.
Right.
And I guess maybe Leia, I keep calling her Princess Leia. Leah and Seth, because Sue is there. But
yeah,
those, Leah and Seth are also like, hey, that's my ex-girlfriend and not in my pack anymore. And so I'm just like, I know that y'all are friends again. The packs are friends again. But literally, are y'all just hanging out at Charlie's house because Renesmee is there? And that means Jacob is there?
But if they're just hanging out for Renesmee, they should also go to the parents' house of like Claire and whoever else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Who's still in Sam's
You would
pack?
think, but Jacob is special and, whatever. He's an alpha. What? What'd you say, Christy?
Who's still in Sam's pack?
As far as
Jared, Paul,
yeah,
a handful of other wolves.
As far as I know, only Leah, Seth, Quill, and Embry are in Jacob's pack.
Right. For some reason, I thought I remembered in these books that eventually they all fell under Jacob. Like Sam actually said, I'm stepping back as the alpha. I don't know why I thought that.
I think it was discussed, but never put into place because Jacob doesn't really want that.
And honestly, Sam's role in the book really just kind of disappears. So it kind of feels like that to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, little Rolex gets a couple of things for Christmas. She gets an MP3 player with 5,000 songs on it, which I would have killed for at that time. She also gets a braided bracelet that is described as the cute version of a promise ring.
Ew.
Which Edward and I hate.
Ew.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I wonder, it's weird. How how big does this iPod have to be to hold 5,000 songs?
I
Because
don't think that big.
Mm-mm.
I'm just like, I'm looking at all the music on my phone, and I'm like, I know there's quite a bit because I just haven't listened to it in a really long time. But
I used to have 20,000 songs on my iPod, but that was the first generation iPod Touch. The one that was more of a square, the iPod Classic, those held, I think, quite a bit. And also it just says MP3 player. So, I mean, if we're really talking about it, it could be a Zune. Zune hasn't existed in like years, but it held a lot too.
I remember them actually. Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
old. But
I got a Zune for my birthday one year, and it was like engraved on the back, and it was so cool. I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I carried it everywhere for years.
I carried around a Walkman.
I remember the Walkman days.
I used to have a CD player.
I remember the mixtapes that you would record off of. And
Mixtapes. Yeah, everything.
I had a CD player that I would carry with me before I got the Zune. So, yeah.
Oh man. But I never looked at the size of the songs, so I was just like, how big are these songs? I know they're only like 3-ish minutes, 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, who knows what kind she got, but in my mind, she got a Zune.
That is canon now, everybody.
Yeah.
We're just going to make shit up.
There you go. Now, Edward also got Charlie a fishing sonar system, which
Woohoo!
I guess that's cool. I'm so not into fishing. I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
I like vegan fishing.
Yes. Where you just look at them?
No. They actually have vegan fishing rods. And they have little things where you put fishing food in and you feed the fish.
Oh, that's cute. That's adorable. Of course they do. Of course.
I guess just as long as you're not with somebody who's actually fishing.
Yeah, I've gone fishing several times with my grandpa. I've never caught a single fish.
I have caught fish. I think it's boring.
It was boring the entire time, especially since I didn't catch anything and everybody else was catching stuff. And of course, we threw them back because we'd rather buy our fish at the grocery store.
Okay, I don't ever understand the whole throwing them back thing because you like stab them in the mouth and make this horrific cut. And then I don't understand like why you wouldn't go ahead and what's the...
I don't know if it was an actual cut. I didn't see, like, I know mine, I was a young person, like, really young. So they did not give me a fishing rod with anything sharp on it.
Yeah.
Even...
So that might be why you didn't catch a fish.
Yeah.
It could be. You know me, I would have like flung it back and then hit somebody.
Yeah. Or yourself.
Instead of a fish, or myself.
I could see you ending up in the water as it like grabs you and like flings you out.
I just trip and fall in the water. What are you talking about?
Same.
That too.
Same. I would just step weird in the boat and fall right in.
Oh,
Yeah.
we were never in a boat. We did it from the dock.
That works too.
Okay.
I would fall right off.
Or like with my grandpa, there was a lake that we went to.
Well,
Okay.
back to the book.
Yeah.
Tangent number 1.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's
But-
tangent number 2.
Is it?
Music was first.
Fair enough.
Very true.
Yeah, you're right. Well, Alistair has decided that he's going to leave.
Which,
They find out.
what was the point of introducing him?
I know. Yeah. They get back to the Cullens' house and they overhear that everyone has been arguing about Alistair because he's left. And they all speculate it's because he assumed that the Volturi would fight regardless of their intentions to come and like talk or anything, and that they will manipulate the situation into it being a way that they could fight and kill people and then end up taking who they wanted with them.
Which we all figured that was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So Alistair's left, and like you said, what the fuck was the point of him even being there?
Yeah.
As a writer, when I went to school for it, you learn even when you're studying stories in English class, you're like, there's that saying where like if you introduce a shotgun in the first act, it better go off by the third act.
Well,
because everything is supposed to have a purpose because you're only supposed to have limited space in your books, or at least that the way it used to be. And so everything is supposed to have some sort of purpose, whether it's to advance the plot or to set up the plot or to show character, world building, develop character development, something. Alistair does nothing. He is a phantom who lived in the attic and then disappeared. He has no purpose.
I do think he could have been useful if instead of other people arguing about him, he came down and started the argument and then walked off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would have been reasonable for him to be in the book if he was actually the person that was in the scene. Yeah. And his leaving, brought this up in a way that made him important to the story. But they could have brought that up without him leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they were ready to, Among was ready to fight at the slightest provocation. Yes. He did not need Alistair leaving to be like, I want to leave too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And while they're all discussing, the Romanian vampires say, basically, at least when we ruled, we were honest about what we were. That's what Vladimir says. And then Stefan chimes in and he says, we never put on white hats and call ourselves saints. Which
clear
is definitely like a call out to the Catholic Church. I don't know. People might disagree on that, but just going back to what we were talking about with, I think her name is Alyssa Grenfell, the YouTuber that kind of made that connection between the Catholic Church and the Volturi. That's definitely a call out to the Catholic Church, at least in my mind.
It feels like it very pointedly, actually.
Mm-hmm. White hats and saints?
Mm-hmm.
You could argue it's the symbolic, like white hat.
Oh, no.
Good guy, bad guy, white hat, black hat, or whatever.
The Pope wears a white hat. I'm just saying.
Yeah, like it could not be clearer. But they insist on fighting the Volturi, the Romanian vampires. And then some others are like, I don't know.
Well, there's like this spontaneous need to declare, and
yeah,
some of them like, oh my god, I wanted to punch Peter for speaking for Charlotte.
Yeah.
Bella was like, she obviously made up her mind, but Peter's like, we haven't made that up yet because we're a unit.
I also thought it was really funny that Garrett was like, this won't be the first time I fought to keep myself from a king's rule. I thought that was a cheesy movie line. I did not know that was straight out of the book. I thought that was just a goofy line from the movie because there's a lot of goofy lines from the movie.
All Stephanie Meyer. She didn't come up with "Where the hell have you been, Loca?" But
or "Hold on tight, Spider Monkey."
Or "Hold on tight, Spider Monkey." But she came up with that gem.
That and the "You name my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster."
Oh, yeah.
Right out of the book. But yeah, I was surprised to read that. Also, Peter and Randall call the wolves children and infants because Jacob's like, I'm gonna fight him. And they're like, okay, sure. And
how cute, little boy.
Edward, yes, essentially. And Edward kind of sticks up for Jacob, and he's like, well, they'll be surprised when the infants save their lives, won't they?
I felt like that the whole characters of Peter and Charlotte were done a disservice when you do it versus how Jasper described them.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to remember, they're probably Confederates too.
True.
No, I saw them as hippies. They got caught up in that war and they were like, no, man, like we're all about the love and the peace and we're not going to take part in this.
Peter was perfectly fine killing people until he met Charlotte.
He was just
it.
Just doing his job, but he wasn't happy. And then Charlotte came along and he was like, yeah, man, this is the way.
Well, he was ordered to kill Charlotte and he
didn't though.
Snuck off with her.
Right.
He snuck off with her.
Exactly. The hippie.
But he killed everybody else.
Well, shit happens and you don't,
Oh, man. You're like, I saw them as hippies, actually.
Oh, man.
Now, going back to the vampires who decided they're all going to declare their intentions here. Siobhan is one of the few vampires who does not immediately want to fight. So Carlisle is like, hey, if you could manifest some of that peace for us, that would be cool. And again, she doesn't really think that she has a gift for that, but she's like, okay, I guess I will.
She's like, it's not going to help, but sure.
I'll give it a shot. And guess what? It does happen.
She probably was like, coincidence, Carlisle, coincidence.
Yeah, I'm sure that was her thought. But I did want to point out something. While all of these vampires are declaring their intentions and whatnot, Bella is having an internal panic attack about how Dimitri is going to be the first one they're going to have to take out. And she cannot let Dimitri do anything. And she's like, what am I going to do? What if she's thinking about everything. And she's like, well, at least his tracking won't work on me. And I'm like, why wouldn't that work on you? Why does it not work on her?
I agree. I don't understand either.
It's just stated in the book that way. It's not explained as far as I remember. She just says point blank, well, at least Dimitri's tracking. He won't be able to track me at all. And I'm like, why? If James could track you, why wouldn't he be able to? I don't recall it being stated in the illustrated guide that his works any differently.
Did James track her, though? He just made assumptions. He made deductions based on where he thought she would be, and then was pleasantly surprised when he was where she thought, because wasn't he spying on the mom when she called, and that's how he knew?
He started tracking her in Forks, though, that night.
He tracked her scent back to her mother's house. And it was stated in the book specifically that he is a tracker. That is his gift. So, they stated, oh, he's one of the best trackers in general. And it's in the illustrated guide, too, that he's compared to Dimitri. So, if he could do it, why wouldn't Dimitri be able to?
Well, especially if Dimitri's using just simple deduction. Just he's smart about it.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't get it.
I will say, Stephanie Meyer probably went, oh, well, he was able to track her because that was pre-vampire Bella, and this is stronger Bella. But I think that's a cop-out. And I know I made that up, but it's still a cop-out.
I think Bella is assuming that because she has a mental shield, he won't be able to track her. But I don't recall it being stated that that's how he tracks. So I really don't understand.
And it doesn't say, I think you just said this, it doesn't say in the illustrated guide how his talent works.
Everybody else assumes
I really don't recall it.
He won't be able to track her either.
I don't recall it staying. I can pull it up right now.
I mean,
just to see.
Maybe he tracks by going into her mind and seeing where she is, out of her eyes or something.
Yeah,
that's spectacular.
I don't know. It really is.
Could you imagine him going into Edward's mind when he's having sex with Bella?
Back out.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, later on, I was going to bring this when we got to that part, but I'll just bring it up now. When Aro touches Edward's hand and watches all his memories, I was like, ew, he's watching them have sex. Ew, ew, ew.
Oh my God.
That's you. And then he's going to be like, oh, missed the hole.
Oh my God. Oh, missed the hole. Okay, I stand corrected. The illustrated guide states that he is a skilled tracker and he catches, this is what it says, he catches the essence of a person's mind and follows it like a scent over any distance. So,
cop out.
I guess he's a big deal or something, whatever. I was like, when does it say that? But I guess you wouldn't know that unless you read the illustrated guide, which is at least half of the lore in these books.
That's ridiculous.
Somebody probably pointed out the fact that James was a tracker and why would Dimitri? And she was like, oh, I'll fix that.
Yeah, because the illustrated guide being published later is just to retcon half of the fucking book.
Okay, and serious question. How often does that happen that an author has to publish an additional book in order to fill the gaps in the story?
Yeah.
No, I'm actually asking how.
Not that often.
Okay.
I mean, I've never seen it happen before.
Okay.
I've never seen that before. Have you, Brittany?
I'm trying to think. I can't recall anything right off the bat.
Same. But another really dumb thing that comes from this chapter, in my opinion, is Edward's theory about how Redbeard's gift works, which is that she is, quote unquote, the opposite of Bella. And they had been assuming, oh, Edward's gift is able, he can read minds. So obviously her gift is going to be similar. And he was like, well, I think if Bella's the one who keeps everyone out, then nobody can keep Renesmee out. And that's how we can explain her gift. But I think that's fucking stupid because really, if you think about it, and it's kind of highlighted when Arrow is touching Renesmee, I think Renesmee's gift is the exact opposite of Arrow because he can touch you and read your memories, but Renesmee can touch you and give you memories. Yeah. It's the exact opposite of Arrow to me.
Yeah. And the idea that she is the opposite of what Bella is a logical fallacy. The argument is circuitous.
Uh-huh.
Because if Bella keeps everyone out, then Alice wouldn't be able to. Then James wouldn't have been able to track her. She keeps certain people out. She doesn't keep everybody out. And it hinges on the fact that she keeps everybody out, and so nobody can resist Renesmee. And if her power was to keep everybody out, she would still continue to keep Robitussin out because that's her power. If you're taking that away, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Edward is just wrong on this one. I think understanding RuneScape's gifts are just, I think it makes more sense for it to be like the opposite of Arrow, but I think that Stephanie Meyer would not like that. Probably.
Yeah, probably not. This next scene that we get with J. Jinx, I feel like could have been summed up in 2 sentences the way that we got Christmas.
Absolutely.
And just ignored. Like, did we really need this scene?
I kind of agree with you.
Is it really that important?
No. We could have had something else. And I don't know why, but his name, every time it comes up, the J. Jinx, it makes me think of that. Like, what is it? John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith or whatever. That song.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't even think it should have been replaced with something else because the book was a little lengthy.
He wasn't necessary, I felt.
And nothing happened.
Yeah.
And again, nothing happened. Those papers were not really necessary.
Right.
Why did we go through that?
Right. And why would you need it anyways?
Yeah, I was going to say, only thing that comes out of this is, first and foremost, he asks her if she's kidnapping this child, which I thought was hilarious. A valid question, honestly. I do wonder why he said, are you taking this child from her father? And I was like, why did he ask father? Why did he not ask mother? What is the assumption he's making?
Here's what I assumed with that was that she was taking her from Edward, and he did not want to piss off Edward and the Cullens.
Parental kidnapping.
I see. Okay, I don't know why I didn't put that together. The other thing is that she gives Roly-Poly the backpack full of documents in this chapter, which is another reason this chapter exists. But what?
She doesn't give Roly-Poly the papers until later, right? Like right before the battle.
No, it says in this chapter, Bella tells her what's in the backpack and she gives it to her and she's strong enough to hold it.
In the tent.
Huh?
In the tent right before the battle, the non-battle.
I remember her giving it to her as they're about to leave, but she's checking in this chapter if she can hold it.
I don't remember that at all. I remember that scene, but I remember it being in the tent.
I remember when she gives it to her while they're outside.
When was there
at the end of the book?
They camped in that baseball place.
Yeah.
Why? Because they can get there pretty quickly from their house?
Because they wanted the Volturi to track them there.
I think we might be confusing ourselves because I think we're talking about the same scene. Because I just didn't write down that it's in a tent. But if you look at my notes, it says everyone is arriving to hold their position the day the Volturi arrive. So I think what happened was, it's the same scene.
I'm thinking like the J Jinx scene happens before they go camping, though, I thought. And does that happen in the same chapter?
No, well, yeah, maybe. Yes. According to my notes, yes. Yes.
I mean, that might be what's my fussing about it is probably me thinking.
I think we're thinking of the same scene.
I didn't realize it was the same chapter.
Because
yeah, it's the same chapter. So yeah,
yeah, like she goes straight from getting the documents, and then she puts them in the backpack, and then all of a sudden we're at New Year's Eve.
That's shitty writing.
Yeah.
The fact that my brain organized her story better than the story itself than she did is upsetting.
Yeah.
Just that my brain knew that they happened at different times, and so I guess it organized them into two different chapters, and my brain organized it better than she did.
Yeah, so she gives her the backpack full of documents and doesn't really explain them. She's just like, Jacob will know what to do. And she notes that little Riki Tiki Tavi is strong enough to hold them. And then she puts on the golf ball diamond necklace as a show of solidarity and like prep to meet the Volturi. And she stands in line at the front line with Edward, Emmett, Rosalie, Carlisle, Eleazar, Kate, and Tanya, who were all protecting Benjamin and Zephrina.
I didn't see it as a show of solidarity, more like a bribe. Arrow.
Yeah. I wasn't really sure how to note it, but kind of like, hey, I'm coming in here friendly kind of thing.
I loved your gift, even though you're going to read Edward's mind and know that I have never worn it and threw it in the closet and didn't give two shits about it until today.
I didn't even consider that. Oh my God.
I did. I was like, why are they literally all just standing around pretending like they're not fucking each other over? Why? Yeah. Why the show? Everybody can read, like, they have a mind reader. We have a mind reader. Everybody knows what's going on.
Well, until Benjamin really says something. I mean, I love the fact that he just
Garrett
called it right.
It was Garrett.
Was it Garrett? Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Garrett then that he just called him out and that it was just like,
yeah,
here's how it is.
Like, finally, somebody had to do it.
Yeah.
I would have gone nuts just being like, okay, I've been accused of being blunt and I don't do well.
Brittany would have just thrown a rocket arrow.
Oh no, I would have gone the season.
Yeah.
I would have tried to gone the rocket launcher route, you know.
I don't think, this is not to toot my own horn, but I definitely think I would have been like Garrett, and then I'd just been saying everything everyone's thinking right then. I would just been like, listen, we know why you're here. This is some stupid bullshit. Like,
I mean, one of my biggest pet peeves is pretension and pretending, and like
they're all about show.
It's about appearances, and I don't give a fuck what other people think about me. So I'm just gonna like, okay, let's get to the point and move on.
Yeah. Just briefly, I'm gonna summarize what happens in this long scene.
What happens
so that we
Brittany
can discuss the bullshit. Yeah. Honestly, same. It's very long. It's like a couple chapters of just what feels like nothing, but it's a lot of talking. Essentially, the Volturi arrive. They have over 40 people in the group, but only 32 of them, I think, are the guard. Bella believes that they have no chance for a majority of this interaction, and Edward confirms that they are there to destroy and acquire, is what is said in the book. The wolves joining them does make them pause and reconsider. There is a moment when Carlisle steps forward and starts talking to them. Carlisle kind of starts the conversation. Irina gets called out, and they all realize that she was wrong. Yeah. She gets murdered because Caius really wants to fight. And after they've realized that Renesmee is not an immortal child, they have to try and stir up a fight. And it's not working. And so Caius and Arrow are doing anything they can to try and basically look like the good guys while also obliterating everyone. And it doesn't really work. Arrow is also extremely fascinated with little Renesmee. And I think that's a big red flag, considering how he likes to collect powerful people. I do think if she ever writes another book, that's going to come back because, as we know, by the end of this scene, pretty much nothing has happened except that the Volturi have accepted that she exists and they're not going to do anything about it. Alice does join them at the last minute because she has to swoop in and confirm that Renesmee will not be a threat to vampires all around the world by being a threat to their existence and letting everyone know who she is. Because Alice shows up, she can read the future, and she brings Nawel, which is one of the only other half-vampire, half-human beings in the world, and he can confirm.
I think there's like 5, right? 5 total.
That's what they think. Who knows? There could be more.
Yeah. Book done.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
All right, let's close out. This is great. It's been really nice.
It's a lot of back and forth of just everybody like, are they going to kill us? No, they're not going to kill us. Are they mad at us? No.
What excuse are they going to use now?
Yeah. I will say Mun and Kebby just like get the fuck out of there as soon as they can. I'm sure I'm saying their name wrong, but I'm trying. But I will say that made me laugh that they were just like, I think we're going to leave.
Peace.
We're bouncing.
Yeah.
Peace. Yeah.
And so, and Irina actually does the right thing finally at the end, right before she dies.
Yeah, well, I will say I feel like Irina, even though she's a little bitch, I think that she meant well by telling them about the immortal child because she knows firsthand how immortal children can be dangerous, but she was just wrong.
Yeah.
I will say, when I first read this book, the scene where Bella finally manifests her shield really stuck out to me. This time around, all I could think was, of course she can do it now. Of course. And also, like...
the holes.
Someone explain the holes that I missed.
Okay, so when she's freaking out about the fact that her shield, that Robitussin can get in her shield, she's like, there are holes in my shield.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I was like, girl's got holes manifesting everywhere.
Yeah, and also the fact that they like really built up Jane and Alex characters and like their part in this, and then Bella can just immediately shield all of that. I was like, this is
and not only immediately shield, but she can mold them to people's bodies and
of course
manage to put one between Garrick and Kate. And also, speaking of Jane, it really grossed me out when she got jealous about the gift that Arrow gave her. Dude, remember, I get it, you're a billion years old, but you're also in a 14-year-old's body. Or 12-year-old's body, I forget. Anyway.
Yeah, I think she's 12.
And can we please talk about Alex's gift? How his gift is like a giant fart cloud. A slow-moving fart cloud. That takes a while to get to you. I mean,
he needs some prep time.
How fucking ridiculous. Just stand right there, give it a few minutes. It will be with you soon. Yeah. I mean, really?
Don't run. Don't run. You're not a vampire.
Somebody can shuffle to the side and like miss it.
I just want to say, I think that the movies really gave us what we were missing in this book, which is an actual fight scene.
An actual ending? Well, I mean, they do erase it, but still.
Yeah, in the movies, at least we get to see all these cool vampires use their gifts. Yeah. Like, how are you going to bring a vampire in who has the powers of the Avatar? He can manipulate earth, fire, air, and water, and he's just gonna stand there and look cute? Are you fucking kidding
Yeah.
me?
Oh, well, I mean, he does kind of try to use his power to
He does briefly.
blow the
Yeah.
Alex fart cloud
And
away.
he also creates a fissure in like the earth. He like breaks up the earth. But that's it.
Did you suck up the fart cloud?
Yeah, just
Yeah. It just, I was like, okay, this is such a waste of potential.
Wait, where does
Yeah.
Alex's gift come from? What part of his body?
supposedly his mind.
His mind.
Supposedly.
His mind? But where does it come out of? If it's a physical cloud, it needs to be
It's not a
emanating from
physical
somewhere.
Well, I mean,
Are you sure?
it does seem like they see it.
Yeah, they see it. That's a cloud. It comes from somewhere.
I never thought about that.
So maybe it does travel out the back and down the pants, and then I'm just saying.
I was under the impression.
It comes out of his ears.
Okay. But I was under the impression that it's not actually a physical cloud. It's an impression that Bella gets from her gift.
Well, because, I mean, she's right. Benjamin uses his wind to try and blow it away. So, and because of his gift, because of Alex's cloud, they figure out how big Bella's shield is. So it has to be.
You're right. It's got to be physical. Oh my gosh. The fart cloud that dulls the senses. What a gift. Oh my god. Well, at least Christy got something out of this. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh.
I will forever remember the fart cloud. That's how I'm going to remember Twilight from now on. Is it ended in a fart cloud?
It really does. Because why is the end of this book so
Lame, boring,
I
anticlimactic.
will say,
Yeah.
you know, again, another waste of potential is the whole story with Nahuel, who is introduced at the very end of the book and just like not important at all. He does nothing.
Yeah. Although, of course, Bella also heals him by being alive because he's not a monster anymore.
Of course, yeah.
Ooh.
And
When I was reading the illustrated guide about hybrids, I do think it's funny. I know we've mentioned it several times, but the only men who can, or the only people who can reproduce in this book series are men.
right.
But she did say that women, vampire women, still have ova.
No, you're gonna bring this up.
Yes,
Oh my God.
I am.
Wait, what?
They still have eggs. They don't get cycles, so they're
Chrissy's
useless.
Oh, I'm so glad that you brought this up because I want to read the text message that Kirsten sent me about the podcast.
So
I wanted to read that.
So they're useless. They just sit in a female vampire. And I was like, so can somebody use their teeth to give a woman a C-section and then remove the eggs and plant them somewhere else to be grown?
That's horrifying. Too far.
I know, right?
You went too far with it. You went Stephanie Meyer level of far.
Wow.
Okay.
You're in trouble.
I compared it to Alien. No, but I mean, honestly, there are what those people who believe that women aren't necessary for baby making anymore because you can grow a baby in a pod. That's what I was thinking, not actually putting it in somebody.
I'm sorry, what now?
Well, you can.
We have pod babies?
No, we don't.
Pod babies.
There are men who believe.
I'm sorry, what now?
There are men who want to believe that there are pod babies and the potentialness of pod babies.
That argument is on both sides, though.
Well, they're in their mother's basement.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
No offense if you're a good person in your mother's basement, you're good.
Christy,
Sorry, my brain just blanked on
can
that.
you repeat that when you're not eating?
Sorry.
Please.
I was saying, in the event there is somebody that is actually in their mother's basement and they are a good person, no offense meant to you.
Fair enough. But we're talking about incels here. They know who we're talking about. Our listeners are not who we're talking about. This is not about you. This is about awful people. But
right.
I will say, to your point, the idea that the women vampires or female vampires still have ova, it tracks for her because Leah thinks that she's not a woman because she can't have her period. So God forbid a female vampire not have her eggs or whatever makes her a woman, right? Like, what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also,
I just think it's funny. I'm picturing like Alien with the baby bursting out.
Also,
whose teeth?
Huh? What?
You said C-section them with their teeth.
Yeah, like Edward did.
Well, you'd have to C-section them with their teeth in order to get to the eggs because they don't have cycles.
So, like, but Edward would eat Bella in the non-fun sense. That came out wrong.
Do you see why this was a problem, Brittany?
He would just use his extremely sharp teeth to cut her open, the way he did when he was cutting Raggedy Ann out
His
of her.
extremely sharp teeth that look like human teeth.
Like a corn cob.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Okay, going off of that, I just want to read this comment that we got about our discussion from the previous episode that just went out. We were discussing how Jacob imprinted on Roblox, and we were discussing how it doesn't make sense that
because it's about the genetics. So
yeah, it doesn't make sense genetically or whatever. Like he had to have imprinted on something in Bella's body. And I said an egg, but then I like walked it back because I was like, it could be anything in her body, right? It could be fucking like a molecule or something. But according to Kirsten, I just wanted to read this. She says, I have notes about your last podcast. And I was like, oh. And she says, if Jacob stopped feeling the intense attraction that he felt for Bella when Renesmee was born, but he felt it before she was conceived, the only possible thing it could be is the egg. Female humans are born with all of their eggs. They shed uterine lining and an egg or two every month until they run out at menopause. So it had to have been that specific egg that she had when she was born and released to be fertilized around conception. If he was attracted to the sperm that made Raphael Angelo, he'd only have been attracted to Edward for 75 days max before conception, since men continuously produce sperm and they only live a couple months. But that's not even necessary because the egg explains it.
Yeah, but at the same time, that meant that he was attracted to Edward at the wedding. He was missing previously, so for that whole 75 days, we didn't get to see whether or not he was attracted to Edward.
Touché.
Oh, and that would make the whole of Nessie. Okay, I like that.
Touché. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The last thing I do want to point out, since we may eventually get another book, is that Nawel is a little fascinated by Rasputin, and we find out that he matured at around 7 years old, and he has been...
Which, ew. Sorry.
Yeah, and he's been full grown for like 150 years or something, and it is not lost on me that Nawel's father is basically a Nazi, and he is trying to create a quote-unquote super race. It doesn't say superhuman. It doesn't say super vampire. It says super race. Interesting.
Yep.
But I was just like, leave it to Smire to throw that in there. Some genetic superiority.
Eugenics.
Yes, eugenics in there. Because why not? Why not?
Yeah. How did the Volturi not go after them?
What?
How did the Volturi not go after them?
Oh, they say that
I think
in the
that
book.
they right before they're leaving, they're like, let's go play this
Yo
hum. When I was listening to it, I first thought she said Johann, and I was like, what?
Yeah. Which thankfully, Johann, my husband, his name is not spelled in the Johan way. He's not German, but yeah, or whatever. I think there's a lot of different Johanns, but I think it's originally German. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, his name's not spelled like that, but it is spelled similarly in the book. It's Joham.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a very similar name.
Yeah, I was about to be like, oh my God, we get a Johann and a Felix in this book. What? But no. I mean, I'm glad that there was not a Johann because that he was just a shitty character.
Agreed.
Not that Felix wasn't a shitty character too.
Honestly, if she went further with this and wrote another book and was not a crazy person, he could be a really interesting villain.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So
also, I have to bring this up because in the illustrated guide, they give their backstory of the three sisters.
It's a long one.
And literally, he creates his first daughter and he stays with the mother the whole time. And he's like watching the growth and documenting it and all this other, being scientific about it. And then for the next child, he just fucks a woman, gets her pregnant, and then sicks his daughter to raise the new daughter. Doesn't even stick around for the birth or for the gestational period, anything. He's just like, yeah, I fucked you and you're going to die. And Serena, go fix it.
We talked about it at the beginning of the series when we discussed if there was going to be another book, because we talked about Nahuel and his story, like being a messed up one, because he's going to be a potential love interest for Renesmee, or that's what we were theorizing.
Yeah. Which
you could go back and listen to that if you're interested. This whole story is awful.
I don't remember what we said.
Yeah.
It is. But every woman in this world has an awful story. So
I do want to point. Go ahead.
Except for Angela, I think. Yeah. I think she has a decent background. Maybe Jessica.
Someone pointed out at some point online that Bella went through everything that the other female vampires went through before she got turned, which she was sexually assaulted. She jumped off a cliff or fell off a cliff. And what's the other thing?
She died during, or not died during her wedding, but kind of did. Her honeymoon, but not.
I was thinking of Alice.
Rose died during that. She was put in an institution, but she was tracked by James.
That's what
why she got.
That's what it is. Tracked by James.
She got changed because of James.
Anyways, do we have any other thoughts about the endings? Like, how do we feel now that we're finished with this series? What are our last thoughts on this? Are we happy to be done?
I'm happy to be done. Yes.
Do you guys
like as much as I love starting a new series and like getting into a new book? By the time we're done with it, I'm like, yep, time to move on.
Yeah. How do you guys feel compared to when we started, like, about the series?
I still hate it.
Okay.
I was actually surprised. I didn't remember a lot of the stuff about it.
Yeah.
And so going in, I thought I would love Alice all the way through.
Yeah.
I had certain.
That did surprise me about Alice. I was like, she's my favorite character. No, not anymore.
Yeah, I hated her by the end.
Interesting.
Going back to this section real quick, there were a few more things that I wanted to bring up. And that was one, when they're all saying their tearful goodbyes because they think that, it's all going to end. Edward says, Jacob, my brother, my son.
Oh my God, I almost threw the book across the fucking room. I was like, oh, I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah.
Your brother and your son. Just think about that combination.
We went from him
Also, ew.
disliking the Quiute bracelet that she gets for Christmas, the quote-unquote promise ring bracelet, to him just accepting full send that Jacob is going to be like his son-in-law.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm impressed with Jacob that he didn't think about the fact that, Robitussin is going to be full grown in 6.5 years.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Is that something you would think about, Edward?
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
I need a palate cleansing read.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
After this.
The other thing was Sue and Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
She moved on quick. My goodness.
Yep.
Her husband has been dead less than a year. I mean, people do move on quickly sometimes, but she's with his best friend.
Yeah.
With her ex-husband or her dead husband's
It's
best
been
friend.
known to happen, but wow, girl, you couldn't have waited like at least another 7 months because wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and what do you think about the scene where Bella like pushes off her mental shield altogether and Edward is finally able to hear her thoughts?
Oh, I hate that scene.
I really wanted him to be like, oh shit.
Oh, that would be funny. Never mind. I don't like you.
Like, ooh.
Like, ooh, sorry, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
I want a divorce.
Yes.
Actually, could you never do that again? Thanks.
Ooh, you sound like Jessica. Oh
my God. That's how you sounded? What?
He's like, thank God I didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Oh, and yes, we end the book with all the holes being filled.
All
the holes are filled.
There are no
I'm
more
so
holes.
happy for her.
Literally the only thing that got completed in this series were the holes were filled.
And honestly, maybe that was the goal.
Filled holes, maybe.
That was Bella's goal. I don't know about y'all, but Brittany.
When you said completed, I'm like, well, Edward got completed, but did Bella?
No, I think Bella found completion many times. Yeah.
She probably got completed when he just touched her.
Her holes
poor
were
girl.
filled.
She was so. Yeah.
Her holes were desperate to be
filled, guys.
Yes. She had quivering holes.
Her quivering, festering.
Ew. Oh, God.
Definitely not festering.
No, remember in New Moon, they were festering.
Yeah, but she's a vampire now. They're solid.
They're like marble caves, as a matter of fact.
Smooth
the
marble.
Cave, the dry cave.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have the dry cave and then you have Edward's like, clinky dink, does it mean that
Clinky dink?
It sounds like this.
That is exactly, yes, exactly. Like that, and you're like rattling around.
Well, unlike our next book series, Edward's balls are definitely not fluffy.
Also, everyone hopefully is going to be an adult in the next book series. I would really like that.
Yes. Oh, I would very much appreciate the adultness of my characters.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, all right. I guess we will end there. We hope that you've enjoyed this season of the Midnight Readers podcast, and we're going to take a short break, and then the next season we'll be covering The Bride Duology by Allie Hazelwood. New episodes drop each week, and don't forget to check out last season's discussion on the Empyrean series, available now.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and follow us on social media. That like and follow are super important for us to continue to bring you new episodes each week, so please, please, please do so. You can also support us by joining us on Patreon. Thank you for listening to the Midnight Readers podcast. We'll see you soon.
Happy reading, listeners. Don't stay up too late.